You got to move in the direction of peace, whatever that is for you, however that looks. You got to move in that direction 100 miles an hour. And anybody that drops off along the way was not meant to be there. There's so many of us that are just stay in chaos in order to make everybody else comfortable. I want to be there for everybody else. I want to help them. I want to do this. I want to do that. Whole time you breaking down personally. At some point, you got to prioritize your own peace. You got to. And people gonna drop off. I'ma just give you the forecasting. It's coming.
It says in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And all you're getting, get understanding. Welcome to Logic Over Emotions. I am your host, Toya V, and the man of the hour is who?
Ace Alpha. Thank you for having me.
Ace Alpha. Yes. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I can't even lie. It's exciting to be back here. I haven't been here in a minute.
I know you were here before the renovations had happened.
I seen everything online, and I'm like, I was telling, of course, my co-host, I let you know how the vibes are, But I'm excited. It's a good revamp. I'm rocking with it.
You like it?
Yeah,
you like the
definitely rocking with it.
Yeah, let me get my thing together. But anyway, so those people, like I said, if you go to YouTube, you know our topic and what we're talking about. Okay. And dang, really wish people can hear this, but YouTube people, I'm gonna go ahead and let you hear the topic. If I can see the topic. Yep.
You got to move in the direction of peace, whatever that is for you, however that looks. You got to move in that direction 100 miles an hour. And anybody that drops off along the way was not meant to be there. There's so many of us that are just stay in chaos in order to make everybody else comfortable. I want to be there for everybody else. I want to help them. I want to do this. I want to do that. Whole time you breaking down personally. At some point, you got to prioritize your own peace. You got to. And
But
people
yeah.
gonna drop off. I'ma just give you the forecasting. It's coming.
For you.
Once you start heading in that direction of what makes you happy and what's peaceful for you, people are gonna drop off, and they're gonna take it as you being selfish, right? And that type of person was never meant to be around you to begin with.
All right. So for those that are listening, Mr. Ace Alpha decided, he hit me up and he was like, I want to talk about loyalty versus
Peace.
And I had it in my phone, but it just doesn't want to look. And so what made you decide to pick this topic?
Well, honestly, I've noticed that as I've gotten older,
hmm
I've leaned into choosing peace more than addressing stuff. And the people that do know me in real life, I don't mind addressing stuff like a mailbox. Like, I really don't.
You'll send it to the
Yes, definitely, But I started to get to a point to start asking myself, is it really worth it? Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of times when we feel like we're checking somebody or, addressing a situation or bringing it to said individual's attention, that, we're doing our part as far as communication is concerned.
Right.
But things that I've noticed over time is that a lot of times when you do this, there's really a small percentage of people that will take heed to what you're saying, understand where you're coming from, or both of you come to like an understanding to where there's some type of resolve.
Right.
But I don't know what the percentage is, so I'm just gonna just throw a percentage out there. I'm gonna say like
Mhm.
95% of the people that you so-called are addressing stuff with, you don't see a change. It goes back to the same old routine, the same old two steps. So it's like you get to the point to where it's like, why am I wasting my time trying to address everything? Why am I
Right.
wasting my time trying to get to the bottom of things? Why am I wasting my time trying to communicate how I feel, what I think is going on, what the issue may be, hold myself accountable so we can get on the same page? You
Right.
know, a lot of times these conversations are one-sided. Even
Mhm.
if, you know, in reality, y'all are talking, that person that you're addressing said situation to, they're just there for the aesthetic or to make it seem like they're in tune to what you're saying, but then they go back to their same routine. It's like, oh, I hear you. I received it. I'm gonna go back to, you know, my regular life. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And another thing about it, as far as why I chose it, um, is I started to get this feeling that I'm being ignored, you know, in a sense. Like,
Mm.
even though we're having a in lifetime conversation,
Right.
if nothing is coming from this conversation on either side, I'm attempting to correct whatever issue or get on the same page or what have you, but
Right.
it takes two to tango. So
Mhm.
if you're not joining me in this resolution that we discussed,
Right.
what is the point? So yeah, you said you heard me, but did you?
Did you really hear
You
me?
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, you know, and one thing that I'm starting to dislike is people always apologizing. And why I say what I mean by that is
Yeah.
it's just talking. The best
Mhm.
apology is action.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It goes,
Well, can I ask you a question?
sure.
Depending on what it is,
Right.
it may take time for that action to
Mhm.
kick in.
That's true. But you can, for me, anyways, I'm very
Mhm.
observant. I
Mhm.
pay attention to the little things. I'm very meticulous in that sense. I can tell if you're trying in any shape, form, or fashion. Yes, it takes time. Hell, when you're training for a season, come
Right.
from a sports background,
Right.
it takes time to get in shape. It takes time to get, you know, get to the point to where you're ready for a game action.
Right.
If none of those steps are being taken, or I can't see, feel them, or they're never being communicated, you're not really trying. You get what I'm saying? Like we
Mhm.
had this discussion. Okay,
Give me an
say
example.
say you came to me like, Ace, I don't like it when um I text you or I call you and you may not respond for a week or two or whatever the case may be. Oh yeah, my bad. I didn't even know that you were thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is just a random example.
Right.
Not it's petty. We can get into some deeper stuff as the show goes on, but you know you
Mhm.
got to give them breadcrumbs to begin. Um, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? I didn't even realize that. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do better. You hit me. Another week or two go by. I do the same thing. You say it again. Not that first time. A couple of more times go by. You say it again. Like, you remember when we talked in May
Yeah. About how
about
you text me, you hit
how
me
it makes
back.
me feel, and aren't we really good friends or whatever the case may be? Oh,
Right.
my bad. Thank you again for bringing this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 2 weeks go by. Same thing. So the pattern keeps continuing.
Mhm.
So yes, you said you hear me. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. You apologize, but you go back to your regular routine.
So you
So
think people just say apologies to shut you up?
a lot of times they do. A lot of times they do. It's almost like, you know how in corporate America, say you have like a town hall meeting,
Mhm.
and each year the main topic for your employees is pay because the
Right.
price of living is going up,
Right.
but we're not seeing our salaries match the price of
For
living.
living, yep.
And every single year they're saying, well,
His
we have
partner.
we have a great benefits package,
Yeah,
but
it's a party.
we have this. We're going to include a floating holiday.
Oh
Things of that nature.
God.
So they're addressing it, but they're not really addressing it. They're doing
Right.
what they want to do.
Right.
So again, you can say what I want to hear or in the moment. But again, like I do appreciate the sentiment because first and foremost, you do, have to start off with the conversation. So I do appreciate it.
Right.
But then a lot of times it doesn't go past that. It stays where it's at. And it's like, so what is the point of me,
Even
first
telling
of
you that.
all, I don't even know how you're going to react to what I'm going to say. But I do take our relationship, friendship, whatever it is, very serious, and it's near and dear to me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna become vulnerable and tell you how I feel
Hmm.
about said situation,
Right.
whether it's, oh, you're hanging out with this crowd, or you did this to me. I'm coming to you because you probably didn't realize you hurt my feelings or got me upset.
Right.
You say sorry, we have a great conversation, and then we go back to the same 1-2 step. You feel me? So it's like, why do I continue to try to communicate
With
and
you.
with you, or take that first step and try to connect whatever dots or bridge whatever gaps of communication that we may have if you're going to go back to doing the same thing that you did?
Right. You're not on the high on the priority list.
And on top of that, it's like, those are my feelings. I feel like a lot of times people, and it may not be done purposely at times.
Mm-hmm.
People have a way of disregarding your feelings,
Mm.
and I always say, for me, I can't speak for anybody else. I am, if I rock with you, I think about you, I take your feelings into consideration. Now, if I disagree, we're gonna have that conversation, just like a respectful conversation, like, okay, I hear you, but this is how I saw it or how I took it.
Mm.
But then I will attempt to make, said change if I value whatever we have going on, if it aligns. Of course, I'm not speaking about like an egregious change, like,
Right.
oh, I need you to change your work schedule. What? Huh? I can't do that.
It's gotta be reasonable.
Yeah, it gotta be reasonable. It gotta make sense. And to get even deeper into it, um, me being obviously a man, I'm very principled,
Mhm.
right? So if let me give you an example. I have this old friend. Well, yeah, I'm gonna call him old friend. What I'm saying, I'm not even gonna be petty. I
Right.
mean, yeah,
You know what? I have learned to do that.
yeah.
I've learned, instead of saying, I'm learning to say, yeah, my old friend, or my old, I don't even like, even if you were a best friend, I'll just
Mhm,
say my old friend or my old close
mhm,
friend, because I'm like, I have no animosity to you. I have no reason to, speak any ill will or anything. So it's like, yeah, my old friend.
mhm. So recently, we ran into each other, and we had a conversation. It was like, one of those old, "Hey, what's up? How you been, man? It's been a minute. Where you at?" The 5 to 10 minutes of catching up, so to
Right,
speak.
right. What you been up to? Yeah.
But what happened with this old friend is, there were so many times that I gave grace or looked the other way because of um our friendship. Like, I
Right.
valued our friendship more than my peace of mind. But of course, I was younger, right? And there was some egregious actions. Now, I'm not gonna get into it, but it was some, like, if
Give
you
me
wasn't
one.
a,
Give me one.
nah,
Give me one.
I'm not gonna go there. I talked
Cause you'll
about it.
know who it is.
I talked about it on the podcast of mine. I'm gonna leave it right there. That was a long time ago. Like I said,
Oh,
I'm leaving it right there.
okay,
So
okay.
let me make up like a hypothetical situation. But now, I was like, on some. So there's been a couple times where, we almost got to fighting. Someone stepped in between, because it was on some principled stuff. There was some. Let me try to think about like an example, not something they did, but something like somebody can't come back from. Say like, um,
Cheating, stealing.
say like you had like a homegirl of yours, right?
Hmm.
and this didn't happen. I'm just giving you like a something on the same level. You have like a homie. Y'all supposed to be like locked in tight. Y'all didn't known each other since what, middle school, high school, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And you got out of a relationship, and it was like a taxing relationship. Y'all was together for years. You confided in this individual, and she knows pretty much the ins and outs because you told her everything. That was kind of like a safety net of sorts for you.
Right.
You finally get over the individual. She goes behind your back and start messing with the dude.
Right.
And you find out like through a mutual friend, or you see a picture online or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all supposed to be best friends. Y'all supposed to be locked in. She ain't say nothing to you. That's one of those like unspoken rules to like friendship. Again, it's not an example, but it's like a parallel to some things that have happened over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let stuff slide. Still kicking it. Still kicking it. Still
How
kicking
did that
it.
make you feel?
Oh yeah, I was mad. I was upset. Like I told, like we almost got to fighting. It was somebody like us that stepped in, and it was me I was about to knock his block off. Like, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? So that was one of the times I was truly hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I was talking to a friend of mine's, and I confided in him. I can't believe this person did this.
Right.
It was another egregious action, but swept it under the rug and still became, we're friends. So it was something simple. As I got older, like I told you, as I've gotten older, I've went in the direction of choosing peace versus addressing or confrontation, because 9 times out of 10, you are who you are.
Right.
A lot's not going to change unless you do the work to change for yourself. But that's not for me to, monitor or even see if it's going to happen.
Ralph Jones says, how old were you at the time, homie?
Let's see. The first time, I told you it was a couple of times. First time I was in college, so I had to be like 21, 22. The second time had to be like mid-20s.
So some years have went by.
Yeah. And then fast forward to it, like there was little things that were occurring also.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to the last situation, and it wasn't even that deep.
Right.
It wasn't that deep. Like the things that happened prior.
So it accumulated.
Yeah.
The BS bucket.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you put as all you can in that BS bucket and it flips over, that's when you see a whole different person.
Right. So the last time, again, it was on some, hey, I got this going on. Hey, you rocking with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what time is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Didn't show up. Didn't hear from him. And at that point in time, I was like, I'm good, bro. Like I didn't shoot a text. I didn't call him. I just thought about everything that happened up until that point. I like, you know what? Keeping this friendship, or at least I thought, was actually exhausting.
What is called energy vampire? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like letting all these things slide over time, knowing like at the core of you, like now things probably changed now. I don't know because I just left it at that point. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was like, yeah, you know what? I'm choosing my peace. I'm not gonna say nothing. We didn't almost got to squabbling. You done did some egregious stuff to me while we were younger. Now in this last one, I was in my 30s. Like I just turned 40 this year, so I was in my 30s. This last situation, I was like, you know what? I'm good, bro.
So it's a character flaw.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. So it was like I started to just ask myself, like, is it worth it? Is it worth my energy to try to be the adult or the mature one to communicate, to try to resolve or fix whatever we got going on? Because history has showed me, and it's not the only situation. I've had other situations, but this was like a near and dear friend. You know what I mean? So it sticks out. It's like, why do I keep trying? So the first time we came to a head, it was almost physical. Was young, immature. That's how we was gonna handle stuff.
Right.
The second time, we actually, it was like some passive back and forth, like, you know what I'm saying, on social media type stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? So last time I was like, yeah, man, I'm straight, bro. Like, not to him, of course, but just in my head, I'm
Yeah.
all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because you were telling me like you take your friendships very seriously, and it kind of hurt. You take it
yeah,
personal when
definitely.
it doesn't work
Mhm.
out. And I think that if you're a true friend, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
gonna feel slighted, you're gonna feel some type of way. But do you feel like men tend to hold those relationships more dear to their heart because it's so hard for y'all to have get friends?
Well, I think for me, I can't speak for a lot of men, but well, every man, but we do um appreciate and put great value in camaraderie amongst us men.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I grew up with sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So the dynamic is I've never had a brother.
Right.
So when I come across like good friends, good male friends, I really take them in and vice versa, at least I think, and we call each other brothers
Mm-hmm.
because I've never had that. It's something I've always
That's
wanted.
what I do with my friends. They call us sisters or cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, so when things happen, I just be like, I be taken aback, like, dang, like, really? And it does hurt my feelings now. I say, like, even though it hurts my feelings, like I told you, I was about to squabble. You know what I'm saying? So even though the feelings hurt, I'm just being transparent. Like my feelings do be hurt, but I will throw down. But again, still in the same breath, it's like the older you get, it's like, what am I gonna get resulting to get things getting physical or addressing things? And honestly, when it comes to a man addressing another man, from my experience, because I've
Mm-hmm.
tried it,
Yeah.
because I will consider myself like a very mature individual when it comes to the way I think and the way I communicate. Like I
Right.
don't take things personal in the moment. If you have an issue with me, bring it to me. Let's talk, and I'm gonna do the same.
Right.
But I found out a lot of men that I've come across in my past. Of course, I got some real solid ones now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, it's almost like they get defensive. Like, why who you just to try to check me? I'm just trying to have a simple conversation with you, bro.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm straightforward. I ain't gonna beat around the bush. Maybe that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't about to be passive with this stuff. Let's have a conversation. You feel me? Like, and I'll give you another story. This was like in my 20s or whatever. We cool now, but I have like a real strict boundary with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I talked about this on any platform. Okay, so this is in my 20s also.
Okay.
Um, so he had told me okay, so he had some female friends coming over,
Right.
right?
Oh,
He was
so were
like,
y'all roommates or
oh
your
no, no,
brother?
no,
Okay.
no.
You just had some
Yeah,
females
he
come
like,
over.
hey,
Okay.
hey, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I got one. She could bring in a friend.
What
We
y'all
can
do?
we can we can we can try to make it a two man or whatever. So I'm like, cool, bet. I get over there. Another mutual friend is over there. Another guy. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm late, so I'm just about to chill, kick it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I ain't tripping. You know what
Right.
I mean? I'm just we about to do what we do. Drink, talk ish, and just parlay. So so what happened was the girl that was for him, she started to look at me like I want him, right?
Okay. You had to hear this.
But there was a method to her madness. See, my guy, and it wasn't no doing of me. He already had a girlfriend, but I guess she found out about it. It was like, I'm here for what? I'm about to do my thing. So she approached me.
Oh Lord Jesus.
So so I do what I do. I'm a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? I'm stand up. Hey, bro, let me holler at you. Let me holler. Come over. Let me holler at you, bro.
Right.
Hey, this is supposed to be for you. Like, what's happening?
Right.
I don't cuff these. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He used a derogatory term, of course. I don't cuff
Yes.
these. Hey, when that fluid start getting in my body, I do my thing now. You know what I'm saying? started to do my thing. I'm just being honest. So I'm talking to you while I'm sober. So once I get in my zone, you know what I mean? So long story short, me and her started kicking, and she actually was cool. She was actually real cool. She was cool enough to the point where we started dating.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't see that came out of left field, but she was that cool. And I guess he felt some type of way. Now, mind you, I came to you first. I pulled him to the side. It was just me and him.
Mm.
Was nobody around. You didn't have to act tough.
Right.
I was coming to you straight up.
Right.
So me and her start arguing all the time because I guess, they're still friends, or he's hitting her up like he trying to play the friend role. Oh, Ace is doing this, just throwing salt in the game and stuff. I'm like, what the F is going on?
Right.
Why are you coming in? And I'm talking to the girl because, mind you, we only dated for like 2 months because it was too much for me. Like, she was that's top from there's a reason too much, but so eventually it got to the point to where she actually ended up keying my car and slashing my tires off of some stuff he was telling her. Oh my God. And I knew it was her because I literally just broke up with you maybe a few weeks prior because of like.
What's up with women slashing people's cars?
That was the first and only time that happened. It was straight movie stuff. Like I was like, what?
Terrible. Terrible.
I remember hitting her up. Oh yeah, that must have been one of your other, because he was telling her I was doing other stuff. Like, no, it was you. You don't want to know where I stay. Like,
right.
Contrary to what you're thinking,
right?
I'm not bringing nobody over, so I know it's you. So I just left it.
Right.
A couple, like maybe a month or so go by. She hit me up. Can I talk to you? Like about what? Can I talk to you? So she talked to me. She told me what was going on, who was telling us stuff, blah blah blah. It was old boy. Like he had my mind, this, that, and third. Like, okay, all right. So me and him was about to fight because again, I'm on principle. Like it was. I don't really care. It's bro. I came to you first, like on some calm G stuff. Like I came to you. Nobody else was around. And again, if you would have told me like, "Hey, nah, I'm still try to bet." Cool.
Right.
I'm just coming to you at like on some guy code stuff. Like, but you gave me the go, so I went.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ralph Jones said, "I have learned that you cannot expect people to treat you like you would treat them."
That is definitely the truth. That's definitely the truth. So
we get a ding, Ralph.
So we almost started fighting. Mutual friends got in between us, but then he came and eventually said, "Yeah, my bad. I apologize." All that other stuff. So I'm like, "Cool, all right."
Men normally apologize to men. Like, is that?
I mean,
normal?
he did. I mean, I would, but I think that's rare, in my opinion, for dudes to do that in general. I know I would.
So y'all just be like, yeah.
I think it'd be more like my bad, or
I
messed up. I was tripping.
Good?
I was tripping. My fault. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So from that point on, because you had me in that situation, I forgave him. We cool. Like I see, hey, what's up? What? Hanging out anymore? Nah. I'm not hanging out with you no more, bro. Just because I saw how you operated. Yeah, we're older now and things of that nature, but I'm always going to have that boundary with you. And I eventually and he was like, when I tell you his personality trait, he was really cool, like fun to be around. I ain't gonna lie, that was like we used to turn up.
Yeah,
like
that's my dude. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But after he pulled down, I'm like, yeah, I can't. I don't want to ever find myself in this situation again, dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I don't know if you
have you experienced a lot of jealous friends?
I have.
And like, how do you find out that friend is jealous?
Through a mutual friend or through actions. I think a lot of it comes from when I used to play ball. I was kind of like the center of attention for a lot of people. And of course, I didn't ever see it that way. But when certain things start to happen, you be like, oh, you envious, or you get what I'm saying? Or like
kind of jealous.
It's crazy because I don't like to talk to everybody, but I can be very personable. So if you invite me somewhere, I can get along with everybody, and I'm not gonna say I'm the life of the party, but everybody rocking with me respectfully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the person be like, you came over and took my shine. Like, it's crazy how people get jealous over stuff like that. But it really is a thing.
It's a me problem.
It is. It is.
And I'm learning that. Like and it's so crazy because at 42, you would think that some of these things like that, like caring what people say, caring about people think, treating people like you want them to be treated, the golden rule and all that stuff like that. And you start to, as you get older, them things that you were taught, ain't no way, you have to unlearn some of those
Mhm.
things.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
if you think about it, the generation before us, or our parents, or the older siblings, cousins, friends we looked up to, especially in our community, we were taught to survive for the most part.
Right.
So a lot of things were just black and white. There was
Right.
no context provided.
Right.
Oh, if this happens, it could go this way. It's just
Yeah.
this or that.
Yeah.
And oh, you have a choice. You can listen to how you feel. You can again choose peace or deal with the problem head on.
Mhm.
Now, I will say, because I do fight this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm mature. I've grown up, but I still be having these moments where if something happens, I have to literally have a conversation with myself and be like, "You don't even need to go there, bro."
Right.
But inside, I be bubbling like this mofo tried me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Who you think I am? I ain't no B. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I have those internal those internal
Fights.
fights, battles, in conversations with myself, but I also know myself, so I'm able to
Redirect.
redirect, unpack, and be like, all right, if you still feel like this after 24 hours, then maybe, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
you know, reacting emotional all the time, it can make the situation worse.
Yeah, Coach Cotton told me she's a personal development coach, and you
Mhm.
can go on our website to resources and look for her. But she taught me about halt before you respond. Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you lonely? And are you tired? And since I have been using it, I feel so much better. Like
Mhm.
I had an event on Saturday, a Black men's mental health event, and I got really like agitated. And I just stopped and I said, "Am I hungry? Am I
Mhm.
angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired?" I said, Bree, can you get me some Chick-fil-A? Because I knew I was hungry. So
Mhm.
once I ate, I was able to like, oh, that's nothing. It was just because I was hangry. You know what I mean?
And that's a
And
real thing. I was
yeah.
actually hungry yesterday. My barber asked me before I got in the chair, like, what's wrong with the face, bro? I like, bro, I'm just hungry, bro. I'm straight.
Like,
That's a real thing.
because I don't like your energy. But yeah, so I'm starting to learn to use those mindfulness practices in my daily, you know, that in my daily routine, or because I just realized that you know you you can't treat everybody like you would want to be treated. Some people just need to be treated just
Mhm.
yeah. Like initially, let me take that back, because I do treat people like I want to be treated, but then when you show me something different, then I'm like, okay, you're not my type of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't speak the same language. And sometimes it hurts, and then sometimes it's okay, because you have to put yourself in certain situations to realize if this is a peaceful place to be at, or if
Mhm.
you just need, to go somewhere else. So when you find yourselves in these tough situations and it has to deal with, a family or a close friend, like, how do you come to that point of like, this is my final goodbye?
That is so hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's like it's almost like figuratively speaking, somebody passed away. Like when I tell you I value my relationships, friendships, family relationships so deeply,
Hmm.
it'd be like because ultimately there's been like you said, the BS bag, is that what you called it?
The BS bucket.
The BS bucket.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many things thrown in it to where it's about to overflow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually at a point to where I can't really take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of resorting to
Violence.
violence or being argumentative and and things of that nature, I just disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, I've already attempted to have these conversations to resolve said issue. That's one thing I will say about me. Because I give so much grace, because I give so much time to see the change, if things continue to happen or different things happen that are, low vibrational or in a negative direction,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that stuff. So it's almost like I can be taken advantage of to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, he's solid, he stand up. So not to say everybody's like this. I'm just giving just a general example.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just be me, and I'm a realist too, because people BS mess up. We're all flawed, so I also take that into consideration. We're all gonna make mistakes at some point. There's a lot of times I probably wasn't a good friend or a good partner or whatever the case may be, family member. Because I remember, shout out to my little sister. She told me one like a minute ago. I think maybe in my early 30s or late 20s. I don't think you're being a good big brother. I was like, oh snap. Let me let me let me unpack what you just said. Have I not? You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it personal because you were telling me how you felt.
But at
And
least
ever since
they
then,
told you how they felt. Like
Mhm.
I don't like when people don't tell you what you felt and and they make okay. Breathe. This is what irks me. We are 30 plus.
Well, in our case, 40 plus. I just joined the 40-year-old club this year.
Well,
I'm talking about me.
I'm talking. I know. I'm talking about
Yeah, I'm just talking about
people.
like
Yeah,
the people that we may be around. Yeah,
yeah.
I got
30 plus. I feel like once you hit 30, you should know how to use your words. When you hit 30, I feel like you
you. And
should
if
at
you
least
don't try to get better,
right.
yeah,
Well, or you
just
right,
strive
right,
to.
right. And when you
Yeah.
get about 35, I feel like you should know how to let people know how you feel in real time. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But then when you get to 40, I'm like, why are we having these conversations? Why are we doing like it doesn't make any sense why you can just sit down and be like, Ace, okay, I don't like how you treated me or pull me to the side, be like, hey, I don't like how you talk to me in front of the waitress. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We should be at that point in our lives that we are very forward with what we have to what we think, because this person is a part of my world, right?
Mhm.
I want to know if you've been experiencing something that you feel like you're done unfairly wrong, if I didn't cook your food right, my food nasty, or I forgot to, you know, do certain things, let me know in real time because then I can correct myself. You see what I'm saying? I can't, and then I have to look at myself and not feel bad that that person did not express how they felt.
Mhm.
Do you see what I'm saying? At
I
least
agree.
that person, at least your brother was or sister. I don't,
It was just my sister
his
at the
sister was
time.
like, you're not being a good brother. At least that gives you time to reflect and become a better person. Because if I don't know I hurt your feelings, I'm thinking that you can handle an Aries personality.
Mhm.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm a very forward person. Now, if you don't say, hey, Toya, like, this ain't cool, like, you're hurting me, then okay, now I can sit back and I can unpack myself and be like, why am I treating this person this way? Or why am I treating this person this way? Or why did I do that? You know what I mean? And it gives you time. That's how we grow. And I feel like when you have a good relationship with your family members and your friends, a part of their job is to help you grow because you're helping them grow by being transparent with them. But I realize a lot of people in our families and our friends are not transparent people. They only speak up when it's like the BS bucket is full over. We could have talked about that, and we could have took that out your BS bucket.
This could have been resolved.
Resolved.
Mhm.
Done. Kaput. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like people tend to not say stuff because they feel like, I don't want to ruffle the bucket. I'll just walk away. I'll just, my peace is better if I don't say anything. But honestly, is your peace okay? Because something's gonna be like, man, I wish I should have said that. Have you ever been in that situation where you had a conversation and you were like, damn, I wish I should have said that, but it's too late. The conversation's over.
No, I'll say no because before I approach you with said conversation, I already know everything I'm gonna say. Nothing is gonna be left unsaid. You know what I mean?
That must be the emotional part. You
Yeah.
got the logic, the emotional. This all over the place.
But I get what you're saying. But I also want to comment on something you said because peace can actually be twofold. Because me and you recently had a conversation, and we just were speaking generally about God, does things or does things for you. Your script's already written, puts people in and out your life for a reason, right? And I've actually been on the other end, so that's why I feel like I can speak on it just from experience. Sometimes if a person elects to do that, they don't want to ruffle feathers or they don't want to address what issues they may have with you, or if you hurt their feelings or made them feel some type of way and they walked away, sometimes peace was chosen for you and you didn't even know it. You get what I'm saying? It's
You
like,
get a ding.
oh yeah, got my first ding. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, like real stuff. Like I remember, and I'm not even gonna get into specifics at all, but I had somebody walk away from our friendship or whatever, and I felt some type of way at the beginning because it was one of those situations to where they didn't say anything. They just left. Figuratively speaking, of course. And I remember at first I was wondering, what did I do? I thought we was locked in. I thought we was, down for each other or whatever the case may be. And you just stopped talking to me. Again, it goes back to me, valuing my friendships, and being a Pisces, we hate to be ignored. So I was being ignored and all of the above, and I'm like, what's happening?
Right.
I will say before I even get into the rest of it, something my therapist suggested a couple of years ago when I was in therapy. Shout out to Darlington. What up, my boy? Well, I ain't gonna say my boy because he's much older than me, but it's a man thing. But he gave, because we had that ignoring conversation, like I just said. He was like, think about it like this. Say if you're in the mall and you see your friend, your homie, whatever the case may be, and you wave, chuck the deuces, say what's up to them, as you're approaching them. And they don't look at you and they just walk right by you.
Right.
How you gonna feel? I'm like, dang, that's messed up. Like, think about it like this. What if they just heard somebody passed away? Like they just got the text or call right in that moment. Or, something to that effect. I'm like, I never thought about it like that. You get what I'm saying? But also that has assisted with me, when I do feel, some type of way when I'm ignored, I start to go back to what my therapist said. Because it's the thing this is how I am. So with this friend, after they ignored me, I started to play back, maybe something's going on. You know what I mean? Something's happened. Time goes by. Still haven't heard from him. Shot him a text or whatever. Still nothing. So one time I saw a post, they were like in the hospital or something like that. And I was like, hey, you straight? Just give me that. Like, you
Right.
And they told me they weren't even in the hospital for themselves. They was like visiting or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm straight. I'm here for that. I'm like, so you've been ignoring me this all time? And I was like, I'm doing too much.
Right.
Let me fall back. You feel me? So possibly we were not really friends for you to just, you know what I'm saying,
And
go
that's
in
what
the
I'm
opposite
starting to.
direction.
Oh,
So it goes back to the point that was made, like maybe peace was chosen for me. Maybe whatever you decided, however you decided to move, you know what I mean? Maybe it was for the best. Cause I won't lie. I can't lie. I didn't realize there was chaos, not like real chaos, but my life has been so much more peaceful since that friendship has dissolved. I'm like, oh, I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, sometimes peace can be chosen for you, and y'all maybe wasn't down like that. Maybe it was a friendship of convenience. You get what I'm saying?
right.
Maybe not you literally, but in general, maybe you provided something for them that they needed, whether it was access to something, fun times, somebody that they could vent to, somebody that they can, get information from, use in a sense. Maybe that was the relationship. Maybe it was one-sided. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? So it's like,
And I believe God knows what people say behind your back,
mhm,
and God will do what He needs to do in order to preserve whatever He decides that He needs to preserve. Because a lot of times, I have to look at myself and the things that I do, and I have to take Toya V out of it. I have to take Latoya out of it, and be like, I don't know what's going on in their life.
right.
I don't know, but whatever's going on in their life is the reason why they chose to do whatever they chose to do,
Mhm.
right? And then I look at it depending on who it is. If you're my friend, I believe you could come and talk to me about that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, okay, I think I'm the most understanding person, which causes me to have a lot of issues with people because I think they take my grace for a weakness.
That's true.
Um,
I have that same issue.
yeah, it's like I see the bottle half full. You know what I'm saying? I always look like I just don't want to see it half empty. I look at it as half full. I always give 3 strikes. 3 strikes, you're out. But that don't mean go ahead and just know that you got 3 strikes and just
Exhaust the strikes. Let me get two
yeah,
in there
just
real quick. I'll
let
keep
me
this
sucker
one.
punch you twice. No, no, no. There's some levels to this.
Right.
But but I realized that situations in life test friendships.
True.
Test
Mhm.
I mean, when I mean friendships, I'm talking well, let's say not friendship, let's say relationships. Because you have you could be my friend and that person I can have a whole different, work relationship with, or that person could be, what I'm saying, my basketball relationship with,
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because, not everybody could go in your friend. We say associates, but it's so quick for us to use the word friend, and we need to start learning to start using associates, y'all. Not everybody's your friend. Um,
Colleague.
Chop, bam, 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 bam.
Make
So
dress it up a little fancy.
yeah, a little fancy. So, colleague, you know what I mean? We all have different I lost my train of thought. But what I was saying was our relationships are all different and we all um process things differently.
Mm.
And so when I start to see my friends act a certain way, I'm like, okay, are they processing this in a good way or are they processing it in a bad way? Because if they're looking at the cup half empty, then okay, I need to go, hey friend, that it's actually half full. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
if you don't tell me that, your cup is dwindling, how can I help fill you back up? Because
Mhm.
I feel like relationships are like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm down, I bring you up. You down. You know what I'm saying? We're pouring back and forth in each other's cup. But if your cup is really low, how is I to a friend to be able to help you get your cup back up?
Right.
And if you do not speak about those things, you're over here drowning. You're over here having mental issues. You're over here saying, Lord, why? And God puts people on this earth to help people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can go to your friends to get some peace because they may see something, like the word says, they may say something at a good time. Your friend might say something at a good time. God might speak through your friend, you know, to help you get through whatever it is that you're going through that's causing you to have this uncomfortableness, peace, or whatever it is. I hope y'all understanding what I'm talking about. But I just feel like our friends are there, our family are there to help keep us in line, keep us happy, keep us not keep us happy, but keep us content with life. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
You are.
Because I
I
don't feel
get. I
like I'm
get.
making
I mean, because you're going. Sometimes when you're just going, it feel like after a while, like, dang, I've been talking for about 5 minutes straight. Am I feel like I'm ready?
okay. After I get that back there, that almost made sense. But let me get to some of these comments. Rash Jones, he said, "Yo, Pisces gang." He's a Pisces.
Yeah, what's happening, boy?
Okay, yeah.
What's happening, Ralph? I thought it was more. I thought it was more after that. I thought.
With emojis.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Emojis.
Oh yeah,
100.
yeah, I got you.
And then, oh shoot, dang, I don't lost it. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't lost the messages, but oh, there they are. Sideways Ready says you got to pay attention to the way people make you feel about yourself.
Agreed.
And then Ralph, he said something, but I missed it. I'm sorry. I switched out of it. So Ralph, if you have to say it again, just let us know. But anyway.
I would say this because you had said something. As far as choosing your piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this goes. It may not even be BS, but it may be BS for you because I feel like we do have our non-negotiables, but we may not articulate them or express them.
Mm.
But if okay, as simple as ignore me when I hit you up. If you just keep doing it and it keeps agitating me, and I've said something, apparently you don't care about that agitation or making me feel some type of way. So
Mhm.
eventually it's like, why do I keep allowing you to do that to me? You
Mm.
get what I'm saying? Like, especially if I've said something, and that's just an example. It could be with anything. Anything that causes stress, anger, sadness, annoyance. Why would I allow that to keep happening to me? You may not care. It may not be a big deal for you. But why am I continuing to ignore my feelings because it's not a big deal for you?
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
So how many times do you think that you need to tell somebody before you realize that, they don't really care?
honestly, a lot of times once for me, but if we really locked in, maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's not going to be a simple, and a lot of times it's only one time for me because it's not going to be oh, this and that's it. I'm a contextualized individual. I am going to provide context, examples. Hey, oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, you did this then. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like these, a photographic memory of receipts that I have to just pull out. Oh, yeah, on May 3rd, 2024, you did this. I remember. Did I? Yes. I can't remember. No, you didn't. I'm trying to tell you that. But it's so yeah. For me, it's like once or twice. Twice we got to be really locked in because after that, I stop giving the f. Like respectfully, I just be like, all right, I can't keep caring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I care so much about, and that can be draining for like what Ralph said, the Pisces, because we care too deep. Like we're emotional creatures. Like I had made a post the other day as far as us not being excited. It's not about us not showing excitement. We try to stay even keeled because we can get overly emotional in whatever state. You know what I'm saying? And we know that about ourselves. So why am I going to keep allowing you to hurt my feelings? And you know what I'm saying? But it's all about choosing peace. A lot of times, but I do understand the ones that do want to address stuff every single time. My question again is more rhetorical: is it really worth it? Like, is it worth it? Like, sometimes you got to ask yourself that question: is it worth it?
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a sponsor shout out. This podcast, Logic Over Emotions Pod, is sponsored by Patriot Stole, a faith-based company. They would like to remind you about Mark 22:37-39, to love God Almighty with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. Please visit www.patriotstole.com. So now we're gonna do some thoughtful questions.
Cool.
Thought-provoking questions. Okay. You ready?
I'm definitely ready.
What's something men need to stop lying to themselves about?
We still young. A lot of us, as we get older, we still want to just try to play a young man's game, whatever that may be. It can be in sports. Oh, let me go out there. I can still hoop with y'all, and y'all youngins. Oh, let me be in these streets like I used to be.
Right.
Let me mess with these girls. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they'll tire you out. So respect your age. I feel like we have to understand that. And me, I'm very humbled by my age. My knee just told me last week that, hey, you're 40, right? I was doing some like basketball driven drills on
Mm-hmm.
Thursday. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to play basketball on Friday. I lasted about 20 minutes. Like, yeah, let me go ahead and get on a stationary bike, get in the sauna, you know what I mean? But yeah, we gotta stop lying to ourselves. Like we have to mature with our age and stop living in our glory days.
Okay. When was the last time you felt emotionally safe enough to fully be yourself?
Hmm. Hmm. Out- Honestly, outside of work, I'm I'm always myself. You know what I mean? So that's a common thing. That's one thing that I strive to be like. I am gonna be me regardless. I don't bite my tongue. Of course, I'm gonna be respectful in how I approach stuff, but it's been a while since I've been, just like concerned about what other people think. I can't even tell you when the last time I was cautious about, oh, does this person think I'm this way or that? I know that I move with good intentions. I know I'm a good person.
That's why I can sleep. Oh my God.
So
That's why
like,
I can sleep in peace. I got some good sleep. Yeah.
and like, if you don't like who I am, then so be it. That's cool. You don't gotta like me.
What
Respectfully.
is your definition of a safe space?
A safe space is where you can, well, for one, I would use your platform as an example as a safe space.
Oh,
But
you can ding for that.
but generally speaking, just any space or any individuals you can just really be real about anything with. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Of course, you don't got to get into specifics like your personal health and stuff like that if you don't want to. But just when it comes to your thoughts and your feelings, and there's no judgment.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? I remember a time ago my partner lost his grandma, and I heard it in his voice, and I told him straight up, "Hey, bro, if you want to cry, get it off, get past them. You know what I'm saying? Deal with it." He started crying away. He like, "Man, I thank you, bro." Like, yeah, man, we all deal with it, bro. Like, we don't have to be tough. It made me tough. Is like this is such a subjective term now. You know what I mean? But yeah, just anywhere you can, just say how you feel and what you think without feeling like you're being judged.
Okay, what do you think hurts men emotionally more than people realize?
Mm. Thinking that we're always okay. You know what I mean? Like the assumption that, oh, you're a man, you're not supposed to feel anything. You're supposed to be the protector, the provider, and if something's wrong with you, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not the case at all.
So what would be, well, I don't know if there is a right way, but what would be the what would be a way that a woman could ask a man if he's okay and get him to speak?
That is it's a difficult question to answer only because my answer would be just ask,
Mm,
but there's a lot of stubborn um men or men that regardless on how much their woman or whomever says you can confide in me, they're just not going to because they're afraid that at some point in time you're going to use this against me. You know what I
mm,
mean? So I feel like if I'm gonna give like a general answer, like it really depends on the man. You got to know like who he is.
mm,
If because I got homies that that only talk about surface level stuff, and I really don't know them, and I only kick it with them in moderation because I like to have like real conversations at times. If it's only sports, music, and sports and music, let's just put it there. I like to hear about real life stuff. You know what I
mm.
mean? So I would say just ask, but then you got to know your man because a lot of us like to, oh yeah, I'm tough. You feel me? Like I'm gonna tell you, if you ask me what's wrong, oh hey, let me tell
You
you,
got time?
let me tell you, how much time we got? I would tell you, but a lot of men not like that. I'm glad you asked. I've been waiting to talk about this. You ready? That's me, but you know, um, a lot of people, men in general, are not versed in conversation or
Mhm.
communication skills. So I would say just ask, but you may have a stubborn, hard-headed man. I don't know.
What are you chasing that might be costing you more than it's giving you?
That's a good question. I usually be having the answer off top. Like I gotta think. What am I chasing? That
Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Sage.
ask that one time. What am I chasing that's costing me more? What?
Than it's giving. What are you chasing that might be costing you more than it's giving?
I don't know what I'm chasing currently, but I will say recently, and when I say recently, the last few years, is acceptance. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Just being accepted by whomever I come across.
mm,
You know, like I said, with the one situation with the friend that stopped talking to me, and we just, I feel like peace was chosen for me.
You
You know what I'm
since you said that, it had I don't you could that resonated so deep to me because it kind of gave me peace
saying?
about a lot of the past relationships I've been in. And when I mean relationships, I'm talking about family, friends, work, you know what I'm saying? All of that, business. Uh, it's like really trusting that God is going to do the best for you and that person. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever it is that made that person go silent, that was for them.
Hmm.
There's something that they felt like within them that had to separate because whatever you was doing was affecting them. And it's like, oh, okay, God, like it isn't me. I don't, the person's not, don't look at it as they're denying you. Look at it as they have issues that they need to deal with. And God don't want you to be a part of those issues that they have to
Hmm.
deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because like he said, he knows what they're saying behind your back. So I don't know.
Or
But
whatever it may be.
or whatever it may be. Because even when I say behind your back, I don't mean like they're talking about you. It could be like they got there's stuff that they don't want you to know. So
Hmm.
let me say like that because some people will say, well, everybody's not talking about you. No, they're talking about things that they don't want you to know. Plus, because if we're friends, I'm thinking that we could be open about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But then there's some things where, like you said, you have your superficial friends, you have your close friends, and then you have your people that you call brothers and sisters and cousins. You know what I mean? And we all have, you know, our different people we go to for certain things or whatever like that. So yes, thank you. You got a bunch of dings because that just took so much weight off of my heart for my life. Is to know, like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
sometimes
I'm
peace is
reading
chosen
this.
for you, and you just don't know it. You just kind of have to roll with the punches.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
And then,
Like my friend says, it's humans. It's humans. It's not different races. It's people. It's humans.
and sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable for, and when I say us, the people like us that do value friendship so much. Just because we value friendship so much, that doesn't mean the people we come across are going to be in the same, along the same lines. So when you realize how somebody is operating and you see what they're doing, you're like, oh, okay, I see what's up. I got this colleague, um, and every time we come around each other, the first thing, well, not the first thing, every now and then, oh, we got to get up and do this. We got to get up and catch a game. We got to get up and do this. I started to realize the only time we really kicked it if I went to him.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I used to invite him to stuff and things of that nature. I started not really pulling up to nothing.
Yeah. I'm starting to do it. Like I'm starting to really look at my phone now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing like one young lady that I considered a friend. I had went back into our call log and I saw that I call her all the time. She
Mm-hmm.
don't call me.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, this is a one-way friendship. Oh, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not a friendship. I just occupy the time when you're bored.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
That too.
And so now, as I am getting older, I'm starting to shed off of some of that weight. Well, I just want, we coming to the end. It's already been an hour. Hour goes
Mm-hmm.
by so fast.
I think TikTok was like, y'all gone for an hour. Let's stop this. I know they had a limit on this.
Said live discontinue. Yeah, you get a live on you get an hour on TikTok. But
Obviously.
yeah, but our sponsors wants to make you a part of the family. And we have a shirt for you, my friend.
Okay.
So welcome to the Logic Over Emotions family.
I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm part of the squad. I mean, I always been part of the squad.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I'm saying?
always been
But
a part of the
it's in a
squad.
more in an official capacity now. You feel me? But no, I appreciate it.
All right. So let them know who you are, where they can watch your podcast and all those good stuff. And we're gonna get out of here.
Okay, before I get into that, I wanted to say thank you once again for bringing me on. This particular episode was very enlightening. I felt like it was needed. It literally just came to me this week, and it just correlates with real life situations. On my end, your end, whoever's watching's end, like people can relate to this type of conversation on a daily basis. So I do
Right.
really appreciate you bringing me on for this particular conversation. But Ace Alpha's the name. I do have a podcast. It's called the Objective Bias Podcast. You can catch me on YouTube, Objective Bias Podcast. Also, my social media handles is Ace_Alpha2. That is on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Follow me. Come in for my content. And for you Pisces individuals, I got y'all. I want to say I ain't the zodiac guy. I kind of cross-reference stuff, but all of my Pisces content comes from genuine experience and feelings. So
I'm gonna do some Aries ones.
But yeah,
have some people be misunderstanding me. But go ahead.
but with the podcast on YouTube, Objective Bias, once again, subscribe, like, share. I'm doing not just podcast content, but all kind of content. But that's where you can find me on YouTube, especially.
Yes. And as you know, this is Toya V. This is Logic Over Emotions Pod. Please subscribe, follow, and comment. go to Logic Over Emotions Pod and follow, please, so that I can go live off of Logic Over Emotions Pod and not the Toya V Show. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has tuned in and comment. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Side Rage Radio, for being a part of this pod today. Ralph, you got a ding. You got a ding. So come back next week and get some dings. Actually, tomorrow, I'm sorry, I have a show tomorrow with Flacco. His topic is wisdom and discernment. This is really gonna be a good one because some of us is walking around with none of them. Not one. No wisdom or nor not discernment. None. But I really want you to tune in. This is a platform for men to speak freely and me to listen. So I need y'all to listen too. So let's get some understanding. All right. Men are three times more likely to commit suicide than women. So I want you to go out and look at your male family members, friends, associates, colleagues, business partners, and ask them if it's okay. And it is okay to be okay. If you need any resources, you can go to www.logicoveremotionspod.com. Go to resources. You can also contact the Lifeline Crisis, text 988. And I will see you tomorrow with Flacco. Signing out, y'all.